Let's have one more round of applause for Lynchburg's graduate students. Fans, a reminder, the NCAA Ultimate Athletic Conference and the University of Lynchburg ask all
The weather today is barely 25 degrees Fahrenheit in the Hill City, but the water temperature is just fine for some swim meet action between your Lynchburg Hornets and the Maroons of Roanoke. I'm Josh Smith, and I'll be bringing you the action today. We're getting straight into action with the first event today, the women's 200-yard medley. We have Lynchburg swimmers in lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7, and Roanoke relays in lanes 4 and 6. All right, the swim meet is underway. First off, we have backstroke. Lane 3, we have Caitlin Moore starting off for backstroke for Lynchburg. Lane 4, we have Haley Short starting off backstroke for Roanoke. Lindsay Hare in lane 5. Lane 6, Julianne Morrow. And lane 7, Caroline Inskeep. Now we're on a breaststroke. So far, competition is very close. No one has really pulled out ahead, but Lynchburg is ahead in lane 5. Butterfly swimmers are diving in right now. Lynchburg opening the gap in lane 5. It's a freestyle wave of this relay. It's about to begin. We have a tight race between Roanoke and Lynchburg in lanes 4 and 5. There goes the flip turn, so they come. Who will touch the wall first? Lynchburg pulling away. Savannah Burrows closes the race for Lynchburg, touches the wall first, finishes first for Lynchburg. Next, we have the men's 200-yard medley relay. As you can see in lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7, we have Lynchburg relays. Lanes 2, 4, and 6, we have Roanoke relays. Order of the strokes will be the same as it was in the women's event. You will have backstroke, then breast, then butterfly, then free.
This is the men's 200-yard medley relay.
All right, event 2 is underway. Lynchburg already at the lead in lane 5. That's Ryan Bambrick in lane 5 for Lynchburg doing breaststroke. He's opened the gap between him and lane 4 for Roanoke. In goes Miles West for butterfly for Lynchburg. Got Lynchburg currently in first, second, and third. We have Roanoke. Carter Catton goes in for freestyle for Lynchburg. He still has the lead, heading to the last flip turn. It will be Tyler Catton, earned first place for Lynchburg in the men's 200-yard medley. Roanoke will take second and third. That relay team for Lynchburg, clearly excited. Next up, we have a longer distance event, the 1,000-yard freestyle. Lane 3, we have Charlotte Grieve from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Carter Satterfield for Roanoke. Lane 5, Molly Spano for Lynchburg. Lane 6, Julia Byers for Roanoke. And lane 7, Sydney Parrott for Lynchburg.
This next event is the 1,000-yard freestyle.
Event 3 is underway.
In lane 4, Roanoke, Carter Satterfield. In lane 5, Lynchburg, Holly Stanley. In lane 6, Roanoke, Julia Adams. And in lane 7 for Lynchburg, number 17, Sydney Merrick.
Early in the event for Roanoke, currently taking first and second. Molly Spano of Lynchburg in third place in lane 5. Currently leading the event in lane 4, that's Carter Satterfield of Roanoke. As this event goes on, let's talk about what the women's swimming team has been up to. Last night they had a meet against Sweetbriar College. They won 155-46. They won 10 of the 11 events in the meet. Some notable performances of the meet include first career victories from Sophia De Cruz, Sarah Phipps, and Caitlin Moore. Roanoke is steadily increasing the gap. Both Byers and Satterfield definitely on the same pace. Spano in third place, slightly ahead of Charlotte Grieve. We're coming up on the halfway point of this event. It was front two of Roanoke, pacing themselves really well, increasing the gap between them and Spano. Satterfield slowly pulling away from her teammate. Molly Spano, she has made a much more considerable gap between her and fourth place. After this, we will have the men's 1,000-yard freestyle. As we're closing in on the bell, you can see Satterfield increase her lead on her teammate Byers substantially. Order goes Satterfield, Byers, Spano, Grieve, and Perry. That's the bell for Carter Satterfield on her last 50. She's put nearly a 25-meter lead between her and her teammate Julia Byers. Last 25 for Satterfield. And Satterfield, she'll take this event for Roanoke. Her teammate Julia Byers comes in second. And we're looking at a race for third between Molly Spano and Charlotte Grieve. Looks like Molly Spano will finish in third, and Charlotte Grieve will finish in fourth. Now we have the men's 1,000-yard freestyle. Lane 1, we have Toby Lima from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Eric Witt from Lynchburg. Sorry, lane 3, Eric Witt from Lynchburg. Peyton Meyer in lane 4 from Roanoke. Ahmad Woodson from Lynchburg in lane 5. In lane 6, Nick Chukna from Roanoke, and in lane 7, Nathaniel Milligan from Lynchburg. And they're underway. Roanoke gets off to an early lead in lane 4. That is Peyton Meyer. Eric Witt and Ahmad Woodson closely follow him. So as they go, let's look at the last showing for Lynchburg's men's swim team. It's been a while since they've been in competition. Last time they were in competition was at William Peace at the Pacer Invite in Cary, North Carolina. And this was in November 18th. So this was a little over 2 months ago. They placed third in the entire event behind Roanoke and Barton. And some notable performances from that Miles West placing fifth in the 50-meter freestyle. Andrew Fiore placing third in the 400 IM, and Miles West placing second in the 100 butterfly. Peyton Meyer has really made a big lead early on in this event. Woodson, Witt, and Chukna staying close together. After them, you have Toby Lima. And then over there in lane 7, you have Nathaniel Milligan. Woodson starting to separate himself from Witt and Chukna. Meanwhile, Peyton Meyer still has a big lead over everybody else. Peyton Meyer has already created nearly a 25-meter lead over Ahmad Woodson in second place. Look over in lane 6. Nick Chuckna starting to slowly emerge as a clear third place over Eric Witt. We pass the halfway point in this event. What phenomenal pace by Peyton Meyer. Chuckna and Witt pretty much even again. Possibly slowly but surely closing the gap on Ahmad Woodson. Eric Witt picking up the pace a little bit, catching up to Ahmad Woodson. This is for second place. At the blocks, you see participants for the women's 200-yard freestyle starting to line up. That's coming directly after this event. Order in this event goes as Peyton Meyer, Ahmad Woodson, Eric Witt, Nick Chuckna, and Toby Lima in 5th, and Nathaniel Milligan in 6th. Nick Chuckna about to get lapped by his own teammate, Peyton Meyer. There goes the bell for Peyton Meyer. Dominant performance in this event from him. Peyton Meyer finishes first. Ahmad Woodson on his final lap, on his final 50, alongside his teammate, Eric Witt. They will finish second and third in this event. Not too far behind them is Nick Chuckna. He will come in fourth. Kobe Lima doing his final 25 as well. And that concludes the men's 1,000-yard freestyle. Next, as I said earlier, we have the women's 200-yard freestyle, the fifth event of this meet. Lane 1, we have Caroline Inskeep from Lynchburg. Lane 2, we have Quinn Haley from Roanoke. Lane 3, Delaney Kennedy from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Susanna Price from Roanoke. Lane 5, Reagan Leach from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Caitlin Blankenship from Roanoke. And lane 7, Sophia Shore from Lynchburg. That was Nathaniel Milligan, who just finished his 1,000. Event 5 is underway, 200-yard freestyle. Susanna Price. Very slight early lead for Roanoke. Delaney Kennedy and Reagan Leach are right there. Susanna Price slowly pulling away. Halfway there, first 100 done. Susanna Price increasing her lead a little bit more. Kennedy and Leach, second and third. Caitlin Blankenship in lane 6, making a challenge for second place. Final 50, here we go. You have a clear first and second. Susanna Price and Delaney Kennedy. Caitlin Blankenship over to Reagan Leach for third place. Final 25. Going to be Susanna Price coming in first for Roanoke. Second place, Caitlin Blankenship. Third, Delaney Kennedy. Fourth, Reagan Leach. I believe that was Shore finished next. And then it was Haley Quinn. Next, we have a second heat in this event. Only taking up lanes 2, 3, and 4. Lane 2, we have Francesca Chukna. Lane 3, Jordan Reeder. And lane 4, Jordan Adamtez, all three from Lynchburg. Adamtez with the lead after the first 50. She put up a 29-73 split right there. That's the first 100. Coming up on the final 50. Adamtez at the 137.59 mark on that last split. Put up a 34.36 on the last individual 50 split. Coming up on the last 25. Jordan Adamtez finishes with a 2:12.26. Second place, Jordan Reeder, a 2:14.77. And third, Francesca Chukna with a 2:16. Next up, we have the men's 200-yard freestyle. Lane 1, we have Matt Carico from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Matt Calvert from Roanoke. Lane 3, Miles Fitzgerald from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Ethan Brewer from Roanoke. Lane 5, Ryan Legg from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Chris Snow from Roanoke. And lane 7, Ben Myers from Lynchburg. After the first 50. Lane 4, Ethan Brewer just narrowly has the lead. Now he's starting to increase his gap on the two Lynchburg swimmers outside of him, Miles Fitzgerald and Ryan Legg. First 100 done. Brewer just put up a 26.09 split. Ethan Brewer increasing his gap on the 2 Lynchburg swimmers. Last 50 for Brewer. Fitzgerald and Legg, those 2 Lynchburg swimmers starting to really separate themselves from the rest of the pack. Ethan Brewer finishes first with a 1:44.81. Second place is close, but it goes to Miles Fitzgerald with a 1:51.97. Then it goes to Ryan Legg in third with a 1:52.27. Fourth went to Ben Myers with a 1:52.78. Next, we have the women's 100-yard backstroke. Just one heat of that. Lane 1, we have Erin Wachowski. Lane 2, well, she's from Lynchburg, I apologize. Lane 2, Alyssa Vargas from Roanoke. Lane 3, Caitlin Moore from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Haley Sharp from Roanoke. Lane 5, Lindsay Hare from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Juliana Morrow from from Roanoke. And lane 7, Bryn Dyer from Lynchburg. Coming up on the first 50. Juliana Morrow took an early lead after the first 50 in lane 6. Haley Sharp, her teammate in lane 4, running in second as they come in on the last 25. Juliana Morrow finishes first with a minute flat. Second place, Haley Sharp, 101.56. Third place, Lindsay Hare with a 103.48. Fourth place, Caitlin Moore with a 104.54. Fifth place, Erin Wachowski. I apologize about that, the times went off the board. I have a full pool for the men's 100-yard backstroke. So I'll go through this as quickly as possible. Lane 1, Devin Tapia from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Austin Nielsen from Roanoke. Lane 3, Maxie Jacquet from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Reagan Euchre from Roanoke. Lane 5, Miles West from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Davis Wheeler from Roanoke. Lane 7, Tyler Caton from Lynchburg. Lane 8, Michael Keller from Roanoke. Lane 9, to round it out, Logan Canton from Lynchburg. Underway, first 25. And lane. Oh, this is a pretty close race between lanes 3 and 5. Lane 3, Moxie Jacquet from Lynchburg. Lane 5, Miles West, also from Lynchburg. Final 50. My eyes, it looks like Jacquet's in the lead. Final 25. Oh, hold on. Looks like Miles West in lane 5 will come away with the win, putting up a 53-17. Moxie Jacquet coming in second with a 54-11. In third, Reagan Euchre with a 55-95. Next, event number 9, we have the women's 100-yard breaststroke, 7 lanes. Lane 1, we have Grace Zalkin from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Bella Jones from Roanoke. Lane 3, Abigail Schneider from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Kate Pearson from Roanoke. Lane 5, Claire Galloway from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Juliet Gunter from Roanoke. And lane 7, Caroline Murata from Lynchburg. Like the last event, race for first between lanes 3 and 5. That's Abigail Snyder in lane 3 and Clara Galloway in lane 5. My eyes, it looks like Galloway is pulling away a little bit. Coming on the last 25. Have Galloway first, Snyder second, Kate Pearson in third for Roanoke. Galloway finishes in first with a 107.91. Second goes to Schneider with a 110.07. Third place goes to Pearson with a 110.74. And fourth place goes to Murata with a 111.87. Next, we have a second heat of women's 100-yard breaststroke. Lane 3, Peyton Talomi from Lynchburg. Lane 5, May White from Lynchburg. And lane 7, Kylie Kolka from Lynchburg.
Lane 3 for Lynchburg, Peyton Talomi. And lane 5 for Lynchburg, May White. And lane 7 for Lynchburg,
Peyton Talomi coming in with an early lead. In the first 25. Close race between Talomi and Kolka. As I say that, Kylie Kolka going away to lead. Pretty neck and neck after the first 50. Final 25 in this event. Kylie Kolka running away with this one. Kylie Kolka touches the wall first and posts a 118.09. Second place, Talomi, she finishes with a 118.68, and May White finishes in third with a 119.81. Next, we have the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Lane 2, Austin Harshall of Roanoke. Lane 3, Owen Howery of Lynchburg. Lane 4, Logan Deal of Roanoke. Lane 5, Ryan Brambrick of Lynchburg. Lane 6, Tommy Nichols of Roanoke. Lane 7, Evan Gavin of Lynchburg. And lane 8, Morgan Taylor of Roanoke. Once again, this is the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Ryan Brambrick out to a slight early lead. Lanes 4 and 6, that being Tommy Nichols and Logan Deal of Roanoke, are right on his tail, side by side with him. It's going to be a close race in the last 50. Be a drag race between lanes 4 and 5. Logan Deal and Ryan Brambrick, last 25, who will come out with it? It's going to be a close one right here. Brambrick has the edge. Brambrick touches the wall first, 59-35. Second place, Logan Deal, 59-58, just barely coming behind Brambrick. Third place, Taylor with a 102.21. Fourth place, Hartstrell with a 102.25. Lynchburg very ecstatic about that victory right there. Up next, we have the women's 200-yard butterfly. Lane 1, Madeline Corbett from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Nora Heen from Roanoke. Lane 3, Savannah Sollenberger from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Susanna Price from Roanoke. Lane 5, Molly Spano from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Bailey Gallagher from Roanoke. Lane 7, Charlotte Grieve from Lynchburg. And Lane 8, Sarah Phipps from Lynchburg. Pretty even race after the first 25. I can't see who has an advantage. It's going to be pretty close between lanes 4, 5, 6, and 7 at the wall. I think a good streamline will really help determine who gets the lead out of this first 100. A good streamline off the wall this time by. Lane 7, Charlotte Grieve pulling away the lead. It's still a very close race. Lane 4, Susanna Price challenging her. Just finished the first 100. Bryson Grieve pulling away from lanes 5 and 6. Lanes 5 and 6 being Bailey Gallagher and Molly Spano. Last 50 right here. Susanna Price pulling away in lane 4. Final 25. Susanna Price comes in first, puts up a 2:13.42, second place. Molly Spano with a 2:16.17, third place. Goes to Savannah Sollenberger with a 2:17.88. Fourth place goes to Grieve with a 2:18.08. Fifth goes to Gallagher with a 2:19.52. Next up, we got the men's 200-yard butterfly. Lane 1, Mark Fluewing from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Alex Prumer from Roanoke. Lane 3, Landon Ellis from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Ryan Francis from Roanoke. Lane 5, Andrew Fiore from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Kellen Drawball from Roanoke. Lane 7, Henry Waltz from Lynchburg. And Lane 9, not Lane 8, but Lane 9, Jackson Sitton from Lynchburg. Early on, Ryan Francis off to a slight lead over there in lane 4. Touched the wall. Francis' first split was a 2677, apologies. Still a very close race. And we're not even at the halfway point. Very close between lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6 for the lead. And it looks like at the wall right there, Lynchburg's Landon Ellis has the lead just narrowly. Less than 0.05 of a second on a lead. We cross the halfway point. We're coming up on the last 50 once they touch the wall right here. Still a very close race. Very, very close race. Any of those four can come out on top. Last 50 right here. Two Lynchburg swimmers emerging in first and second. Will they pull away? Last 25, lanes 3 and 5, Landon Ellis and Andrew Fiore. Oh, hold up. Helen Drawball, lane 6. Andrew Fiore just narrowly comes through with the win with a 1:59.98. Drawball finishes second. 2 flat. Third goes to Ellis, 2:01.18. Fourth, Francis, 2:01.94. Fifth goes to Prumer with a 2:09.19. Sixth goes to Walsh with a 2:10.14. We're moving on to our next event, the women's 50-yard freestyle. We have 2 heats of this. The first heat, lane 1, Brylan Gilbert from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Madeline Foreman from Lynchburg. Lane 3, Lily Mullins from Roanoke. Lane 4, Savannah Burrows from Lynchburg. Lane 5, Ariana Gilroy from Roanoke. And lane 6, Sophia DeCruz from Lynchburg. Very quick event right here. It's going to go by in a blink of an eye. Flip turn, last 25. Who will come away with it? Lane 5, Savannah Burrows pulling away. Lane 5, Savannah Burrows takes first with a 24.3. Second place goes to Mullins with a 24.54. Third, Foreman with a 26.09. Fourth, the Cruz with a 26.15. Fifth goes to Gilroy with a 26.29. Next, we have the second heat, only 2 swimmers. Lane 3, Sydney Strauss, and lane 4, well, lane 5, my apologies, Kenzie Betts, both from Lynchburg. After this, we'll have the men's 50-yard freestyle. That also has 2 heats. Once again, about to be a very, very quick event. Close your eyes once, it'll be done. Betts quicker off the block. Flip turn. Betts pulling away with it. Betts finishes her heat first with a 30.11. Strauss finishes second with a 30.28. Now for the first heat of the men's 50-yard freestyle, we have Jacob Houghton from Lynchburg, Aiden Gravitt from Roanoke, Ryan Legg from Lynchburg in lane 3. In lane 4, Dylan Hartman from Roanoke. Lane 5, Colton Schnars from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Nick Christensen from Roanoke. In lane 7, Tyler Catton from Lynchburg. Both sides really ecstatic for this event. Could this be a drag race? Pretty even off the blocks. Schnars got off the blocks quickest. First flip turn. Lane 5. Colton Schnars ahead, and he finishes first. The scoreboard doesn't even know who finished in what order. Half the times didn't pop up, but I can tell you, Houghton finished 6th with a 23.48, and Gravitt finished 7th with a 25.51. My apologies. Those are the only scores that popped up on the scoreboard. Now moving on to the second heat, Logan Canton in lane 3, Jacob Wynn in lane 4. Canton's from Lynchburg, Wynn's from Roanoke. Lane 5, Gavin Wittendorf from Lynchburg. And lane 6, Antoine Beeford from Lynchburg. My apologies, Beeford's in lane 7, not lane 6. The event is underway. Jacob Wynn in lane 4 pulling away. And he finishes his heat with a 23.64. Second place goes to Canton with a 24.08. Third goes to Wittendorf with a 24.69. And fourth goes to Beeford with a 25.39. So we will take a brief break and we'll return to honor our senior class of 2024. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Before we return to action, we'll be honoring our 16 seniors. Before the meet, we recognize our 4 graduate students. Our Director of Athletic Communications, Tim LaDuca, he's announcing the 16 seniors that will be graduating.
Our next senior is Lynchburg Hornets. Our next senior is Evan Adams. Joined by his parents, Randy and Dennis. Evan is a senior worker for the Lynchburg Hornets Sports Board. He will graduate this spring with a degree in marketing. Next up, Lindsay Hare. Our next speaker is Delaney Kennedy. Physical Next up is Grace Selman. Grace is from North Carolina, is accompanied by her daughter Miranda. Grace is a sociology major and a human services minor. According to the launch, she earned first team All-State recognition at Lynchburg and first team All-Atlantic honors. After graduation, she plans to pursue a career working in fundraising for a nonprofit or charitable organization. Our final senior is Jackson Sidney. Jackson from Fox Junction, Virginia, will graduate in the spring with a major in criminology. Let's have one more round of applause for our Lynchburg class of 2024.
After I take a quick little break, we will resume with event 15, the women's 100-yard freestyle. That will begin shortly. As you can kind of see right there, the 16 seniors taking a group picture with their families. This program is very young, so it's really cool to see all these seniors who've been around since almost this program came back to Lynchburg be honored today. We're nearing the end of the swim schedule, the swim season schedule for both the men and women's teams. So after this meet, we have Southern Virginia on the schedule. That's an away meet. They will be traveling to Buena Vista to face Southern Virginia on January 27th, and that is the last meet of the regular season. After that, the ODAC Conference Tournament will be February 7th through February 10th at the Greensboro Aquatic Center in Greensboro, North Carolina. As for Roanoke, they're done for the regular season after this. They get to rest, they get to chill until the ODACs.
An update on the scores. In the women's meet, Lynchburg leads Roanoke 69-62.
As you heard,
Lynchburg leads 79-52.
the men are leading 79-52 for Lynchburg, and the women are also leading for Lynchburg 69-62. Much more of a narrow race for the women's side, but anything can happen. We still have a bunch of events to go, starting with the 100-yard freestyle. As for around Lynchburg, we have a stacked day here at LHSN. At 2 o'clock, men's basketball, they're playing over at Turner against Bridgewater College. They're coming off a thrilling overtime victory over at Averett. and they're currently sitting 5th in the ODAC. Bridgewater around the same area in those conference rankings. So there will be a little bit of overlap, but if you're like me, you probably have multiple devices. I'll have the swim meet on one device and the basketball game on another to show a lot of support for your Lynchburg Hornets. Track and field, they're participating in the Pincus Invitational in Salem, Virginia, hosted by Roanoke. So that's another team going up against a Roanoke squad today. And women's basketball at 4:30, they're going against Shenandoah at Shenandoah. Women's basketball is 7th in the ODAC, but since turn the new year, since it's been 2024, they've been hot. They're currently riding a 3-game win streak, and they're 4-1 on the new year. Shenandoah, a strong squad. This will be a very exciting match to see. It's like we're getting started for the women's 100-yard freestyle. In lane 1, we have Sophia De Cruz. Lane 3, Madeline Foreman. Lane 4, Lily Mullins. Foreman and De Cruz from Lynchburg. My apologies on that. Mullins from Roanoke. Savannah Burrows, she's from Lynchburg in lane 5. Lane 6, Bella Jones from Roanoke. Lane 7, Sophia Shore from Lynchburg. And lane 9, Kinsey Betts from Lynchburg.
Our next event is women's 100-yard freestyle.
Tim said that the stream is blurry.
The stream is blurry. Okay.
I feel like it looks good.
My apologies. We had some issues with the camera. We're coming up on the end of the 100-meter women's 100-yard freestyle. Savannah Burrow comes in first with a 53.67. Second place, Mullins with a 54.64. Third, Jones with a 56.86. Fourth, Foreman with a 57.63. And fifth, Shore with a 57.69. Now we have the men's 100-yard freestyle. We have 2 heats of this. First heat, we have nearly a full pool. Jackson Sitton from Lynchburg in lane 1. Matt Calvert from Roanoke in lane 2. Ryan Legg, lane 3 for Lynchburg. Lane 4, Dylan Hartman from Roanoke. Lane 5, Colton Schnars from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Reagan Euchre from Roanoke. Lane 7, Maxie Jacquet from Lynchburg. And lane 8, Aiden Gravitt from Roanoke. We're underway. Lane 5, Colton Schnars off to a lead in the first 50, coming to the flip turns. And Colton Schnars pull away in his final 50. Coming for the final flip turn. Schnars growing his gap. Really close race for second. Schnars is going to come away with first with a 47.51. Second, Hartman in lane 4 with a 49.17. Third, Jacquet with a 49.62. Fourth, Ryan Legg with a 50.36. Fifth, Euchre with a 50.61. And here's the second heat. Lane 1, Antoine Beaufort from Lynchburg Lane 3, Evan Gavin from Lynchburg. Lane 5, Gavin Wittendorf from Lynchburg. And lane 7, Logan Canton from Lynchburg. All Lynchburg second heat here. After this, we have the women's 200-yard backstroke. Canton in lane 7. Wittendorf in lane 5. Pulling away, hold up. Antoine Befor in lane 1. Making this a competitive three-way race in the final 50. Final 25. Very close race. And Wittendorf chases down Canton, finishes first with 53.85. Canton 53.96, third. Befor with a 56.16, and fourth Evan Gavin with a 1:02.01. As I mentioned earlier, now we're at event 17, the women's 200-yard backstroke. Lane 2, Bailey Gallagher from Roanoke. Lane 3, Caitlin Moore from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Haley Sharp from Roanoke. Lane 5, Lindsay Hare from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Julian Morrow from Roanoke. And lane 7, Jordan Reeder from Lynchburg. If you follow our social media, we did a little bit of Lynchburg reel with the swimmer in lane 5, Lindsay Hare. We did a Lynchburg reel with her, a minute of just asking her quick fire questions. She was a part of the 2021 ODAC championship team, one of the seniors we're honoring today. So if you haven't gone and watched that content, I would highly recommend it. It's on Instagram and YouTube. Anyway, back to the race. After the first 50, in lane 4, Haley Sharp from Roanoke. She's ahead. Her teammate Julian Morrow keeping a good pace alongside her. It's like Randolph. I apologize. Roanoke is running 1-2-3. Bailey Gallagher also keeping up well with her teammates. Oh, in lane number 3, it looks like Caitlin Moore's goggles fell off. Definitely not a pleasant experience. Comes the final 50. Juliana Morrow making a gap away from her teammates. After this, we have the men's 200-yard backstroke. Juliana Moore finishes undisputedly in first with a 2:09.05. Second place, her teammate Haley Sharp with a 2:15.47. Gallagher coming in third with a 2:17.54. Lindsay Hare with a 2:19.78. Caitlin Moore 2:27.18 without goggles, and 6 Reeder with a 2:34.42. So for the men's 200-yard backstroke, in lane 1 we have Michael Kelleher Michael Kelleher from Roanoke. Lane 2, Owen Howery from Lynchburg. Lane 3, Austin Nielsen from Roanoke. Lane 4, Eric Witt from Lynchburg. Lane 5, Davis Wheeler from Roanoke. Lane 6, Devin Tapia. No, sorry, Lane 6, Wheeler Davis from Roanoke. Lane 7, Devin Tapia from Lynchburg. And Lane 8, Jacob Wynn from Roanoke. After the first 50, headed into the flip turns. In lane 5, Eric Witt seems to have a slight lead. Over lane 3. Lane 3, Owen Howery of Lynchburg. Austin Nielsen, lane 4, catching up. First 100 done, another 100 to go. We're at the halfway point. Going neck and neck between lanes 4 and 5 for the lead. That's Austin Nielsen and Eric Witt, a Roanoke and a Lynchburg swimmer. Third place, pretty close race, approaching to the final 50. That third place race is between lanes 3 and 6. That's Owen Howery and Davis Wheeler. Coming on the last 25, they're neck and neck for first place. Nielsen and Witt still neck and neck. That push off the wall and the streamline might have really helped Witt. It's like Eric Witt is going to come away with this event. He put up a 2 flat, almost 201 because it was a 299. Second place, Austin Nielsen with a 203.15. Third, Wheeler with a 206.22. Fourth, Howery with a 206.23. And fifth, Keller with a 209.75. Now we have the women's 200-yard breaststroke. As the men climb out. Lane 1, we have Caroline Murata from Lynchburg. Lane 2, Delaney Kennedy, one of those seniors that was honored from Lynchburg. Lane 3, Kate Pearson from Roanoke. Lane 4, Claire Galloway from Lynchburg. Lane 5, Juliet Gunner from Roanoke. And lane 7, Abigail Schneider from Lynchburg. Underway. After their first 50, pretty even race for the lead. In lane 7, Abigail Schneider. Lane 5, Claire Galloway. Lane 4, Kate Pearson. Lane 3, Delaney Kennedy. Oh, pretty much neck and neck. But we're still coming up on our halfway point. There's still a whole lot of racing to go. Schneider touches the wall first on that first 100, puts up a 1:11.65 split on that 100. Coming up on the wall is going to be the final 50. Looks like we might have someone, a new leader or someone challenging for the lead in lane 5. That's Clara Galloway from Lynchburg. I was correct. Clara Galloway did take the lead. Coming up on the last 50. Galloway slowly pulling away. Schneider dropped the lead, might be about to surrender third to lane 4, Kate Pearson. Final 25. She's going to come out on top. Larry Galloway pulling away. I think Schneider still might have some left in the tank. She won't be able to catch up. Galloway comes up in first with a 2:29.50. Schneider secures second with a 2:31.35. Third goes to Pearson, Kate Pearson with a 2:31.72. Fourth goes to Delaney Kennedy with a 2:33.10. And fifth goes to Gunner with a 2:38.71. And sixth goes to Murata with a 2:41.01. We got the second heat of women's breaststroke, 200-yard breaststroke. Still on event 19. Lane 3, this is the all Lynchburg heat. Rylan Gilbert in lane 3, Peyton Talamy in lane 5, and Jordan Adamtez in lane 7. Pretty neck and neck after the first 25. Looks like it might be pretty neck and neck after the first 50 unless my eyes are deceiving me. As a matter of fact, lane 7, Jordan Adamtez touches the line first, puts up a split of 37.06 on that first 50. Breaststroke is one of those really technical strokes in swimming, arguably the most technical. There's so many rules behind it. You want to make sure your kick and arm pattern goes a certain way. Make sure your pull-out's a certain way. Make sure you touch the wall with 2 hands. Otherwise, the ref will raise his hand and DQ you. Finishing the first 100, Adamtez comes in first. Amazing pull-out from Talamy in lane 5. Makes up some of that distance between her and Adamtez. Pretty close coming to the line. Final 50. Adamtez just nearly touched the line first. They're going to be neck and neck. Head to the wall right here. Really good streamline. Definitely going to be the difference maker in the rest of this race. Adamtez hits the wall first. It looks like Adamtez is going to hold on and win her heat. She puts up a 246.51, my apologies. Talamy a 247.39. And Gilbert puts up a 257.06. That last split, Adamtez was 0.6 of a second faster than Talamy. Now for the men's 200-yard breaststroke, my apologies. We have a full house, minus lane 9. In lane 1 from Lynchburg, Nathaniel Milligan. Lane 2, Morgan Taylor from Roanoke. Andrew Fiore in lane 3 from Lynchburg. In lane 4, Austin Harshall from Roanoke. Lane 5, Ryan Bambrick from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Logan Deal from Roanoke. Lane 7, Miles Fitzgerald from Lynchburg. And lane 8, Tommy Nichols from Roanoke. Lane 5. Already out to our early lead in lane 5. Ryan Bambrick. Touch the wall first. Lane 4, there's a close contest for the lead from Austin Harshall. Bambrick still clearly in the lead, but Harshall putting up a threat as they deviate themselves from the rest of the pack. Come up on the first 100. Bambrick starting to make that separation. Getting off the wall, getting a really good streamline. Gap between first and second widening. Battle in third between lane 6 and lane 3. Lane 6 being Logan Deal. Lane 3 being Andrew Fiore. Lane 3, Andrew Fiore catching up to Austin Harshall. Ryan Bambrick making this his own race. Fiore making a really big push for second. Fiore looks like he's going to come in second. He chases down Harshall and finishes in second. Bambrick comes in first with a 2:12.02, second place. Fiore in the last second push with a 2:17.18. Harshall finishes third, just barely with a 2:18.25 and fourth. Nichols with a 2:20.79. Next we have longer event, women's 500-yard freestyle. First, actually a full house here, minus lane 8. Bryn Dyer of Lynchburg in lane 1. Nora Hine of Roanoke in lane 2. Madeline Corbett of Lynchburg in lane 3. From Roanoke College in lane 4, Carter Satterfield. Molly Spano in lane 5 from Lynchburg. Julia Byers from Roanoke in lane 6. Sydney Parrott from Lynchburg in lane 7. And Eric Wachowski from Lynchburg in lane 9. Much longer distance events here. Sorry for my stutter. But just like the 1,000, setting the pace, definitely going to be key here. Just narrowly moving out to an early lead in lane 4. Carter Satterfield. Satterfield making her lead bigger with every stroke. So far, you have, in this young race, Carter Satterfield in first. Looks like second, her teammate in lane 6. Julia Byers running in second. Third place in lane 5. Lynchburg's Molly Spano. Spano and Byers, they pretty even pace next to each other. Byers starting to pull away from Spano. Good push off the wall. Let Spano gain some ground on Byers. Meanwhile, Satterfield still holds the lead by a solid margin. Byers seems to be making up ground on her teammate Satterfield and also increasing the gap between her and Spano. A little past the halfway point of this event. Up next, event 22, the men's 500-yard freestyle. Roanoke currently going 1-2 with Satterfield and Byers. Spano in third for Lynchburg. Fourth place for Lynchburg. Nice little margin between her and Spano. Got Madeline Corbett. Corbett, one of the seniors who was honored at the intermission after the 50-meter freestyle, or 50-yard freestyle, I apologize. Spano, she was one of the grad students that was acknowledged before the meet. The order stays the same. Satterfield, Byers, and Spano in that exact order, 1, 2, 3. The time mark we're currently at is just hit the 4:30 mark. Almost done. The referee, the head referee, about to ring the bell when Satterfield hits the wall. See, there goes the bell. Last 50 for Satterfield. Here comes Byers and Spano coming to start their last 50. Satterfield with a commanding lead to close out event 21, the women's 500-yard freestyle. Satterfield finishes first with a 5:20.91. Julia Byers is going to pull away for Randolph with second, putting up a 5:28.69. Molly Spano in third for Lynchburg puts up a 5:30.16. Fourth, Madeline Corbett, Lynchburg swimmer, puts up a 5:40.62. Fifth, Parrott puts up a 5:44.92. Sixth, Hine puts up a 5:47.11. Sixth, Dyer puts up a 5:51.47, and Wachowski puts up a 5:54.06. Now we have the men's 500 freestyle. Nick Chuckna from Roanoke, lane 1. Landon Ellis for Lynchburg in lane 3. I apologize. Chuckna's in lane 2. Ethan Brewer from Roanoke, lane 4. Ahmad Woodson from Lynchburg, lane 5. Peyton Meyer, lane 6 for Roanoke. Toby Lima, lane 7 for Lynchburg. And for lane 8 for Roanoke, Kellen Drawball. Once again, this is about the pretty lengthy race, so sit back and watch for these early stages. Pretty even. Those middle 3 lanes. That would be Brewer, Woodson, and Meyer. They're kind of neck and neck. Lane 4, Ethan Brewer kind of pulling away the lead for Roanoke. Anyways, as I mentioned earlier before the break, men's basketball, you're also playing. So if you have a second device, that would be a very good time to tap into that live stream on our YouTube channel. They're starting off at 2 p.m. That's when tip-off is. They're playing against Bridgewater College. Pretty tight race for first place between teammates. Peyton Meyer and Ethan Brewer. Ahmad Woodson slightly trailing behind the two of them. Brewer and Meyer still pretty much neck and neck, keeping the same pace as we get to the halfway point. Ahmad Woodson in third. When you think of distance swimmers here at Lynchburg, Ahmad Woodson should be one of the names that comes up. Amon Diodak, his times in the 500 and 1,000 meter freestyle within the top 10 of the conference. As we cross the halfway point, in first and second, Brewer and Meyer is really separating themselves from Woodson. Over there on the outside in lane 8, someone challenging Woodson for third. That's Kellen Drawball. We could see Roanoke go 1, 2, 3 in this event. Looks like Ethan Brewer is starting to kind of ease away from his teammate. Ahmad Woodson hits the wall first over Drawball. He's still in third. Over here on the closest lanes to myself. Lane 2 and 3, we got a nice little race. Lane 2, Nick Chuckna, and lane 3, Landon Ellis. Brewer has made a really nice gap on his teammate Peyton Meyer. Woodson and Drawball hit the wall at identical times, but Woodson got edged out by 0.06 of a second right there. So as per the scoreboard, Drawball is in third position, and the bell rings for Brewer. Our timestamp right now, he just hit 4:24. We hit the wall, Brewer hit at 4:19.81. 30 flat on that last split. Drawball slowly inching away from Woodson. What does Woodson have left in the tank? Can he take third? Brewer easily wins this event. A nice little margin over his teammate. But depending on how this race for third ends up, we might have a 1, 2, 3 finish for Roanoke in the 500. Looks like we may have another challenger emerging, Nick Chuckna, but He cannot catch up to Ahmad Woodson in time. Brewer wins with a 4:49.14. Second, Meyer with a 4:55. Third, Drawball with a 5:02. That's a 1-2-3 finish. And Woodson with a 5:04.75. 1-2-3 finish, as I was saying, for Roanoke. Solid. Next, we have the women's 100-yard butterfly. Full house here for the women in event 23. Savannah Solenberger, lane 1 for Lynchburg. Quinn Haley, lane 2 for Roanoke. Madeline Foreman, lane 3 for Lynchburg. Lane 4, Ariana Guillory for Roanoke. Lane 5, Reagan Leach for Lynchburg. Lane 6, Caitlin Blankenship for Roanoke. Lane 7, Charlotte Grieve for Lynchburg. Lane 8, Alyssa Vargas for Roanoke. And lane 9, Grace Zalkin for Lynchburg. This is going to be event 23, the 100-yard butterfly. We have 2 heats of this event. The second heat, we only have 2 Lynchburg swimmers. Full house here. Butterfly, one of the quicker strokes out of the 4. Personally, my least favorite.
This is the women's 100-yard butterfly.
And 100 flies underway. Reagan Leach, lane 5, gets off the block the quickest. Pretty close race, headed to the end of the first 50. Anybody's race, really. But I see 2 people emerging above the rest of the pack. That's lane 4 and lane 7. Lane 4, Ariana Guillory of Roanoke. She seems to be pulling away. Second, lane 7, Charlotte Grieve from Lynchburg. This is going to be a drag race to the finish. Can Grieve chase her down? Oh, it was a very close finish within 0.03 of a second. Ariana Guillory finishes in first with 102.77. Grieve finishes second with a 102.80. Third, Solenberger with a 102.84. Fourth, Blankenship with a 103.30. And fifth, Reagan Leach with a 104.45. Now we have the second heat.
This is heat 2 of the women's 100.
Only 2 Lynchburg swimmers in this heat. Lane 3, you have Sydney Strauss. And lane 5, Kylie Kolka. Underway. A small heat.
Sydney Strauss, and in lane 5 for Kylie Kolka.
After this, we have 2 heats of the men's 100-yard butterfly, just like the women's event. We have a full house in the first heat. Second heat, only 3 Lynchburg swimmers. After that, we have the women's 200-yard IM, which is event 25. At the first 50. Cindy Strauss ahead. Coming to the last 25. Cindy Strauss will take that heat with a 112.42. Now, like I mentioned a little bit ago, we have the men's 100-yard butterfly full house here. Henry Waltz, one of the seniors we celebrated. Lane 1 for Lynchburg. Lane 2 for Roanoke, Alex Prumer. Lane 3, Maxie Jacquet for Lynchburg. Lane 4, Ryan Francis from Roanoke. Lane 5, Miles West from Lynchburg. Lane 6, Nick Christensen from Roanoke. Lane 7, Ben Myers from Lynchburg. Lane 8, Chris Snow from Roanoke. And lane 9, Mark Fluwing from Lynchburg. So pretty full house here. Wickets off the block. It's like West over there in lane 5. Miles West taking the lead, finishing up the last 50. I'm going to that wall a little bit. Well, rather say that Ryan Francis got off the wall a little quicker, but that doesn't seem to matter. He still has that lead. Coming on the last 25. Miles West pulling away. Miles West finishes first with a 52-12. Francis in second with a 53-89. Third, Snow with a 55-34. Fourth goes to Myers with a 55-50. Fifth goes to Fluing with a 56-28. And sixth goes to Jaquette with a 56-33. Now we have a 3-racer heat. Matt Scarrico from Lynchburg in lane 3. Jacob Hotnett from Lynchburg in lane 5. And Antoine Befor in lane 7 for Lynchburg. So 3 Lynchburg swimmers in the second heat. Miles West, the person who just took that first heat of the men's 100-yard butterfly. He was actually a part of a couple of the fastest relays in the ODAC. Both these relays placed in the top 3. These relays being a 200 and a 400 relay. Went on the first 50. Hotnett hits the wall first with a 2018 split. Then you have Carrico, then you have Befor. Into the wall. Final 25. Looks like Hotnett's going to take it. With the 58-87 split. Carrico finishes in second with a 1 minute flat, and Befor finishes in third with a 102.52.
We will now take our second 10-minute break. We will be back in 10 minutes for the women's 200-yard IM.
As you heard from our sports information director, Tim LaDuca, we're going to take a quick break before heading on to event 25, the women's 200-yard IM. We'll be right back. In the meantime, go watch our men's basketball team play against Bridgewater College in 2 minutes. See you in a bit. So with a scoring update, the women's section of the meet is actually tied for these last few events. It's very key. However, the men have a nice little lead over Roanoke. Don't remember the exact numbers, but I will wait for them to get sent to me. So of the final events we have the IM for both the men and the women, and the 200-yard relay. No 400-yard relay today. Reminder for just looking at the rest of Lynchburg sports schedule. I mentioned the load of activities we had today. We have the track and field at the Finn Pincus Invitational hosted by Roanoke. Of course, swim going on right now. This is where we are right now. Men's basketball playing against Bridgewater right now as we speak. And women's basketball in a couple hours will be tipping off against Shenandoah. Next week, we have 2 away basketball games. Women's basketball going to play Virginia Wesleyan, and men's basketball going to play Hampton Sydney. 2 ODAC matchups. Track and field on the 26th, they're going to be traveling to Lexington, Virginia to compete and race at the VMI Invitational. On the 27th, the VMI Invitational continues. Men's basketball plays at Randolph-Macon on the 27th, so that's a Saturday, a week from today. Swim will swim their final meet of the season, the regular season, against Southern Virginia in Lexington. And women's lacrosse, they will open their season at Barton, away match. And as for the events we have left, let's take a quick look at some of the people participating. So in the women's 200-yard IM, we have 2 heats, both heats. Well, the first heat, 4 Lynchburg participants and only 2 Roanoke participants. I'll read their names here in a bit when we get closer to getting started. Second heat, 5 Lynchburg athletes. Men's pretty evenly split. 2 heats as well. Full house in the first heat. Second heat, we got 3 Roanoke swimmers in the second heat. Probably the first time today we've seen multiple Roanoke swimmers in the second heat. 2 Lynchburg swimmers. The women's relay, we have nearly a full house for the women's 200 relay, and same thing for the men's 200 relay. Nearly a full house. All right, I will go ahead and read the lane assignments for this upcoming event. Just as a reminder, event 25, the women's 200-yard IM. Lane 1, we have Savannah Sullenberger from Lynchburg. Lane 3, Reagan Leaf from Lynchburg. Lane 4, Kate Pearson from Roanoke. Lane 5, Delaney Kennedy from Lynchburg, my apologies. Susanna Price from Roanoke and Abigail Schneider from Lynchburg in lane 7. So the order goes: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and free. Not different from the medley relay. A nice little race for the lead here early on at the end of the fly portion between lanes 6 and 7. So that would be Susanna Price and Abigail Schneider heading to the backstroke portion. Lane 1, Savannah Sullenberger really inserting herself into this race. Nice little flip, good little 3-way tie for third place right there. between lanes 1, 3, and 4. Susanna Price over there in lane 6. Starting to make a nice little gap. Susanna Price in her last outing, in Roanoke's last outing against Sweetbriar on the 13th. She won the 200 fly. Fly is one of her strong suits. Here we go to end the breaststroke portion. This race is a little more spread out. Susanna Price holding on to the lead. But Abigail Schneider is right there. Here we come, final 50 freestyle. Does Schneider have enough in the tank to catch up? May have a challenger for second place over there in lane 4. That's Kate Pearson for Roanoke. We might be seeing a Roanoke 1-2 finish. Price is swimming away. I think Schneider might be able to hold off and finish second. And she does. Price finishes in first with a 2:13.49. Schneider in second with a 2:17.46. Pearson in third with a 2:17.74. Sonberger in fourth with a 2:20.59, and Leach in fifth with a 2:22.22. That's kind of a tongue twister if you say it 5 times fast. Second heat, we got May White in lane 1 for Lynchburg. It's an all Lynchburg heat, by the way. Lane 3, Caroline Murata. Lane 5, Grace Salkin. Want the seniors to be honored today. Lane 7, Sarah Phipps. And lane 9, Francesca Chukna. Same event, just the second heat of the women 200-yard IM. May White over there in lane 1. In Lynchburg's last outing, actually it was last night against Sweetbriar. She set a few American Paralympic records. By a few, I mean 3. In the 1,500-meter freestyle, she finished first, and she was the fastest in the S9 classification. And then she finished second in the 400-meter freestyle, but would still be fastest in the S9 classification. And third, she finished second in the 100-meter breaststroke, but it was still good to be fastest in the SB8 classification. So that's very impressive from her. Back to the race. Pretty even for the most part in the backstroke section of things. Salkin touches the wall first. She put up a split of 1:11.12 when she hit the wall. We're a couple seconds away from approaching that 1:30 mark of this race. Well, we're coming up on the freestyle portion. We're in lane 5. Grace Salkin making a little bit of a lead. Sarah Phipps in lane 7. Really was matching her strokes towards the end there. We might have a really tight race for the win. Caroline Murata emerging as a threat for the win against her own teammate in this heat. Last 25, let's see how this finishes. Like it's going to be between those two, but I think Salkin might be able to hold on. And she will. Salkin holds on, puts up a 2:27.97. Murata finishes second with a 2:28.33. White finishes third with a 2:31.72. Phipps finishes in fourth with a 2:32.17. And Chukna finishes in fifth with a 2:34.57. Now we're on to the men's 200-yard IM. As same thing as the women's, 2 heats. Lane 1, Owen Howery in lane 1 for Lynchburg. Lane 2, Chris Snow for Roanoke. Lane 3, Ryan Brambrick. Good day for him for Lynchburg. Lane 4, Peyton Meyer. Also a good day from him for Roanoke. Lane 5, Andrew Fiore for Lynchburg. Lane 6, Davis Wheeler for Roanoke. Lane 7, Miles Fitzgerald for Lynchburg. Lane 8, Austin Nielsen for Roanoke. And lane 9, Mark Fewing, Lynchburg. Go on a butterfly portion. Andrew Fiore over there in lane 5 for this event for Lynchburg. And the Pacer invite, this was 2 months ago. He placed 3rd out of all participants in the 400 IM. Very impressive outing from him. In the backstroke portion, lane 6 and 4 have emerged in front. That would be Davis Wheeler and Peyton Meyer. We've heard a lot about Peyton Meyer being up front today. Heading to the breaststroke section. In lane 3, we have a challenger for the lead. That's Ryan Bambrick, Lynchburg. That breaststroke part really did him justice, allowed him to close in that gap, and we might have a 4-way race. As in lane 5, Andrew Fiore closing the gap. Who touches the wall first after that? Ryan Bambrick touches the wall first. That breaststroke section of the IM really did him justice. And we come to the final 50. Bambrick really opening the gap. Off the wall for the last 25. Bambrick. We have a challenger in lane 4. Meyer. Is he going to chase him down? This is going to be close. Bambrick holds on, finishes in first, puts up a 2 flat 93. Meyer in second with a 201.77. Fiore in third with a 202.42. Wheeler in fourth with a 202.43. In fifth, Snow with a 207.45. And in sixth, Fitzgerald with a 207.73. Now we have the second heat. As I mentioned before, this is probably the first time we see multiple Roanoke swimmers in the second heat. Lane 3, Alex Primer of Roanoke. Lane 4, Henry Waltz of Lynchburg, Virginia. Jacob Wynn of Roanoke College. In lane 6, Max Carrico of Lynchburg. And lane 7, Tommy Nichols of Roanoke. Here goes. Second heat underway. Carrico just barely gets off the blocks faster. 1/100th of a second faster than Prumer. Win in lane 5. Looks like he nearly has the lead. And in this fly portion, which he does. The backstroke portion, Wynn is making a gap right there. But in lane 3, Prumer going to be a threat for the lead. Also keep an eye out for that in lane. Lane 7, Tommy Nichols. This could potentially be a Randolph 1-2-3 for this heat. Wynn crosses first at the end of the backstroke portion with a minute flat as it split. Roanoke swimmers are really differentiating themselves from the Lynchburg swimmers. We have a new leader. Tommy Nichols took the lead from his teammate heading to the freestyle section. They're pretty much neck and neck. It's going to be a close race to the finish unless one gets a better streamline. But as of now, I don't want to be too quick to assume, but it looks like it's about to be a Roanoke 1, 2, 3 for this heat. And it looks like Tommy Nichols is going to pull away. Oh, actually, Jacob Wynn hawks him down. Finishes in first with a 207.74. Tommy Nichols in second with a 208.80. Prumer in third with a 212.23. Carrico in fourth with a 218.61. And Walton fifth with a 221.46. Now we have the final event. This could be the decider for the women's portion of the meet. Because remember, at the break, they were both tied. Let's see if we can find any statistics about these relay teams. But first up on the block for this event, Madeline Corbin in lane 1, lane 2, Alyssa Vargas, lane 3, Lindsay Hare, lane 4, Lily Mullins, lane 5, Claire Galloway, lane 6, Juliana Morrow, lane 7, Erin Wachowski, and lane 9, Peyton Taloni. I apologize, I didn't read the schools. I was just trying to get the names off as quick as possible. And lanes 4, 5, and 6, those are the relay teams that are emerging. It's like Roanoke is pulling away in lane 4. And they hold third in lane 6. This could be the meet right here. A nice little three-way race. Way to keep everybody energized at the end of the meet. Lane 4. That's Haley Sharp diving in with the lead for Roanoke. In second, Savannah Burrows. She might be chasing her down. This might be the lead right here. Burrows inching ahead. Here comes the anchors of the relay. This is going to be very close. I am getting pumped. I'm at the edge of my seat. This is going to be a drag race. The last person to pull for Lynchburg, Sophia Shore. She's making. She's opening the gap. Shore is opening the gap. Shore takes the win. Those last two swimmers from Lynchburg really came up clutch. Lynchburg is loving it. That first relay, lane 5 finishes in first with a 139.50, just barely beating lane 4, who put up a 140 flat. That is a very even 140. And in third place, lane 6 with a 144.32. I can't tell you exactly how that determines the end of the women's meet, but we should have results shortly after the conclusion of this race right here. Now we have the men's. Actually, I'm going to avoid saying names. I'm going to just say what school's in which lane. Lynchburg's in lane 1, 3, 5, and 7. 2, 4, and 6 belong to Roanoke. Odd Lynchburg, even Roanoke. This is underway. Remember, we're at the break. Lynchburg had an over 30-point lead over Roanoke, but we cannot count Roanoke out. Solid finishes on the podium from Lynchburg could pretty much decide this match. From the second heat's coming in, Lynchburg 1 and 3. Lynchburg holding on tight to first. A Roanoke challenger is emerging for second, and maybe first. That Roanoke relay in lane 6. Really fighting. Lane 4. That relay, that 18 relay for Lynchburg is really running away. And lane 5, There goes the anchors. A really sizable gap between the two teams, but anything can happen. We still have another 25 left. May come down to the wire. Lynchburg has a pretty good gap. It's like Lynchburg is going to secure, their A team's going to secure first place. Lynchburg is getting hype. Lynchburg takes first. That's Caden, who was their anchor. They finished with a 126.40. Second, Roanoke's A team with a 128.82. Third, Lynchburg's B team with a 131.76. Fourth, Roanoke's B team with a 131.87. And fifth, Lynchburg's C team with a 133.61. That concludes the meet. We're going to take a quick break. After a while, the referees are going to add up the scores, and here in a bit, I should have the results for you guys. Sit tight, stay tuned. I said I was going to wait a little bit longer until the scores came out, but this result was way too good to go untalked about. That's not even a word. That's how good it was. So good, you just cannot not talk about it. Both teams are hype, especially Lynchburg. Remember, when we went into the last break, the women's meet was tied. The men had a solid advantage over Roanoke during that break. So a good result in that last relay might have been the decider. And I think I am getting results about the meet. Let's see if I get a confirmation real quick. So very exciting into this meet. Two very good teams in the conference. I do have a result, but I do not have numbers. I can confirm that the men, Lynchburg's men team won their meet. Once again, I don't have numbers. I want to get you guys on out of here. So the official results will be uploaded to our website. So that'll be lynchburgsports.com. And in dramatic fashion, the women's meet ended in a tie. What an amazing way to end regular season ODAC meets, ODAC play. So I'm just go ahead and get you guys out of here. It's been a pleasure commentating this meet. I'm Josh Smith signing out, and just as a reminder, we have other events going on inside of Lynchburg Sports. Men's basketball and women's basketball going on today. You can support both teams, whether it's in person, in Turner, or through a live stream. We have a lot more events going on later. Later meaning next week, and going on through the semester, so stay tuned. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to cover this meet. Hold on, never mind. We have confirmation about the number. Lynchburg men's swim team defeats Roanoke 157 to 105. And as I mentioned, the women's meet ended in a tie. Both teams scored 141. Definitely a really dramatic ending to Roanoke's regular season action and Lynchburg's ODAC regular season action. Next time these two teams will see each other is in the ODAC conference competition on in February. Yes, the ODAC competition in February, from February 7th to 10th. That's the next time these two teams will see each other. But until then, thank you for tuning into this live stream. We're signing out. Please have a great day.